not just one country we need to attack.
Recent column, you had a very funny line, actually, that it is hard to find a parking spot in New York City. There's no question about it. You've had a pretty good day if you can do that. But then you said it's far preferable to fight them on the streets of Baghdad than in the streets of New York, where the residents would immediately surrender. Now, some New Yorkers felt that you were calling them cowards by making that statement. You certainly don't feel that New Yorkers are cowards.
I think they would immediately surrender.
Well, we don't know that much about her. I mean,
You're attacking you. I just don't appreciate the way you're talking to her. I mean, nobody is attacking you. You didn't have to talk to her.
I wasn't
like
here,
that.
and you're describing this thing from there. I just think,
Go on.
okay, I think we can move on from tone and get to substance, but he's flashing rap, so...
Well, here's the deal. Since we'll wrap as soon as it's time, but you're sort of just did like two great put downs in one sentence. I want to reiterate, nobody was putting down or attacking you.
Look, you're claiming that I was basing it on personal experience. I was not basing it on personal experience.
The question, were you?
Halle Berry's Academy Award acceptance speech went on and on about how she was doing it for the blacks. That is identifying with her black father. I'm talking about what they do and say in public.
You can't take it, can you? You can dish it out, but you can't take it. We'll be right back in with Anne's book. We're fine. We'll be right back.
I think there are a lot of guilty white people voting today for Obama just to make themselves feel better, thinking they're ending a period in history.
I think Democrats have hit on the perfect candidate with Barack Obama, or as I call him, B. Hussein Obama. I was going to have a few comments on the other Democratic presidential candidate, John Edwards, but it turns out that you have to go into rehab if you use the word faggot.
We also have the oath of office. In fact, I want you to listen to Dianne Feinstein, who introduced the oath of office ceremony with Chief Justice John Roberts. Here, it's just 14 seconds. It's cut 22, Mike. Listen carefully as we replay Dianne Feinstein here.
It is my distinct honor to present the Chief Justice of the United States, the Honorable John G. Roberts, Jr., who will administer the presidential oath of office. Everyone, please stand.
Now, I'm not trying to stir things up here, but did she say oath? It sounded like she said oath of office. Full business day, a Federation of Government Employees.
If she wants to debate on issues, on positions, we certainly disagree with nearly everything she said on your show today. But it's quite another matter for these personal attacks. The things that she has said over the years, not just about John, but about other candidates, lowers our political dialogue precisely at the time that we need to raise it. So I want to use the opportunity, which I don't get much because Ann and I don't hang out with the same people, to ask her politely to stop the personal attacks.
You immigrate to our country, you have to speak the native language. You have to be a professional or an investor. No unskilled workers allowed. Also, there'll be no special bilingual programs in the schools with the limbaugh laws, no special ballots for elections, no government business will be conducted in your language. Foreigners will not have the right to vote or hold political office. If you're in our country, you cannot be a burden to taxpayers. You are not entitled to welfare or food stamps or other government goodies. You can come if you invest here, an amount equal to 40,000 times a daily minimum wage. If not, stay home. But if you want to buy land, it'll be restricted. No waterfront, for instance, and as a foreigner, you have to relinquish individual rights to the property. And another thing, you don't have the right to protest. You're allowed no demonstrations, no foreign flag waving, no political organizing, no bad-mouthing our president or his policies.
I want Barack Obama to fail.
You're a foreigner. Shut your mouth or get out. And if you come here illegally, you're going to jail.
ask Ann Coulter to, if she wants to debate on issues, on positions. We certainly disagree with nearly everything she said on your show today, but it's quite another matter for these personal attacks. The things that she has said over the years, not just about John, but about other candidates, lowers our political dialogue precisely at the time that we need to raise it. So I want to use the opportunity, which I don't get much because Ann and I don't hang out with the same people, to ask her politely to stop the personal attacks.
Okay, so I made a joke, let's see, 6 months ago, and as you point out, they've been raising money off of it for 6 months since then.
This is yesterday morning, what you said about him.
I didn't say anything about him actually either time.
And knows, you know that's not true. And what's more, this has been going on for some time.
And I don't mind you trying to raise money. I mean, it's better this than giving $50,000 speeches to the poor, just to use my name on the web pages. But as for a debate with me, yeah, sure.
I'm asking you politely to stop personal attacks.
How about you stop raising money on your webpage then? No, you don't have to because I don't mind.
It did not start with that. You had a column a number of years ago.
Wait, okay, the wife of a presidential candidate is calling in asking me to stop speaking?
Let her finish the point.
You're asking me to stop speaking. Stop writing your columns. Stop writing your books.
Okay, Ann, please.
Okay. Which made fun of the moment of Charlie Dean's death and suggested that my husband had a bumper sticker on the back of his car that said, "Ask me about my dead son."
This
is not legitimate
3 years
political dialogue. It debases political dialogue. It drives people away from the process. We can't have a debate about issues if you're using this kind of language.
Yeah, why isn't John Edwards making this call?
Well, do you want to respond? We'll end this conversation.
I haven't talked to John about this call.
I think this is just another attempt.
I'm making this call as a mother. I'm the mother of that boy who died. My children participate. These young people behind you are the age of my children. You're asking them to participate in a dialogue that's based on hatefulness and ugliness instead of on the issues. And I don't think that's serving them or this country very well.
Thank you very much.
It's time, Mr. Steele, for you to go behind the scenes and start doing the work that you were elected to do, instead of trying to be some talking head media star, which you're having tough time pulling off. I hope you figure out how to run a primary system. But it seems to me that it's Michael Steele who is off to a shaky start. Now, Mr. Steele, if it is your position as the chairman of the Republican National Committee that you want a left-wing Democrat president and a left-wing Democrat Congress to succeed in advancing their agenda, if it's your position that you want President Obama and Speaker Pelosi and Senate Leader Harry Reid to succeed with their massive spending and taxing and nationalization plans, I think you have some explaining to do. Why are you running the Republican Party?